Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. And I want you to know today is a wonder. It's an absolute wonder. Now, I'm here today to share with you some things that hopefully, and I say hopefully, will be able to kind of slide up the shades, slide up the blind just a little bit to allow a little bit more insight into the truth. And that might begin to uh, be an addition to that process of leading us all to the light. And in that light, we will see the fullness of truth and be committed to that truth. And that is a process that's been on for quite some time, because in the beginning, it was all right. In the beginning, there was one voice, and that was the voice of the makers, like the painter with the brush. Every stroke is made by the painter. Oh, there's an image, there's an understanding, there's something physical that you can observe to know that it's a power behind its being there. And yet, you can't see that. You don't see the artist. You don't see the writer. But the work is there. And so when you see ourselves, you know that just as important as the size of the brush, the colors of the whatever he's using, the paints, all of it has its purpose. And likewise, each human being on the face of the earth has its purpose. And this purpose can only be fulfilled if you're listening to the artist, if you're listening to the painter, if you're listening to the writer, if you're listening to the spirit that you can't see, that is responsible for everything. And there it is, the whole world created for you, that spirit might live in you and through you in such a way that the magnificence of heaven is only restricted by the lack of your imagination. But as far as it will go, so will heaven. And it is the power of the Spirit that we can't see that embodies us and engages us and takes us to the higher limits of life, and thereby fulfilling all our dreams in the process, because our dreams, they each are part of paradise. Without them or any one being afflicted, there's no paradise for any, because it's a cancer that is, if allowed to spread, that's exactly what it will do. It will spread. And like in the beginning, when the truth was made to the first individual, and the world was all theirs, just listen to the voice and none other. And then a second and a third and a fourth and so on and so forth. Listen to the voice of the unseen. But then, eventually, someone comes along and decides to listen to a different voice, listen to a different truth, a different reality. Might be a snake, might be an apple, might be anything. It might even be your own mind. And you step off into darkness, thinking that you can be better than the truth itself. The truth is the light, but you're going to create your own light. And you walk away in darkness, and everything you do stumbles and falls. But you keep on stepping with one thing in mind, to become God-like. And to do that, you want to control everything, control everyone. And they've accepted the direction of being away from the truth. So now they can be led any kind of way. They can be led by anything. They can be led by men who are advocates of the higher power, to the good of the powers. And it is evidenced today, ladies and gentlemen, like never before in our lifetime. And I want to say to you this. You've heard it said that the soul and the body gifts, and that the body has its own mind and the soul has its. But the power that be can destroy the body and the soul. And so we have been taught that the soul gets the best. In other words, we reserve it, we preserve it until another time so that the body can do whatever the body wants to do. And this is a result of walking away from the truth. Now someone benefits from your ignorance, from your lack of faith, for their own benefit. And what you are seeking, you are being used to give that to someone else while you reap whatever they allow you to have to keep you deceived and keep you attached. And since you don't know the truth, but I want to say something simple to you, ladies and gentlemen. What I have said to you during this presentation is that you are a child of God. Every man, every woman, every child, every old person on the face of the earth. You are here by design. No life on earth is existing without a design and a purpose. Every phase of life's existence, wherever there is life, whether it's in a rat, they got purpose. Whether it's in ants, they got purpose. Whether it's in a frog, they got purpose. And all want to live and do everything they possibly can to survive. And there is a plan for their survival. Well, when we look at humankind, it seems as if we are truly failing. Instead of doing and progressing as I have just dictated earlier, we seem to be going down the hill with all about money. Isn't that amazing? How everything they say is attached to money, and those of you who don't have money, woo, you just out of luck. Insurance, no health care, out of luck, or very poor health care, out of luck. Housing, oh man, it is absolutely pathetic. And then they want to work the heck out of you. These who you have given your power to, work the heck out of you. And you got to strike, trying to get some assistance. And they themselves want to replace God. And you have given them the power to do so. You've heard it said that resist the devil and he will flee. Well, what that basically means to you and I is this, is to ignore the devil. And what is the devil? The devil is anything that would destroy your peace, that would destroy your joy, would destroy your freedom and joy. And this is not just for you, but it's for everybody. See, you're striking over here for this, or you're striking over here for that. You are split. You're talking to different people, or some of the same people with us. You got their heads going round and round in a circle. Stop wasting your time. All of you are being messed over. And no one problem is more than another. Yeah, we know your problem. We know your problem. So let's come together saying that problems got to be fixed. How? We're talking amongst ourselves. We will discover that these that are destroying us, these rules and regulations and representatives that are supporting our death, they do so because we say so. Now, I want to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, I guess I can go and say it to you this way. What God wants. Now, you don't have to listen to the Billy Grahams or the Jerry Falwells or Jim Baker or Swaggart or Osteen or T.D. Jakes or Price or me. But I want to tell you this anyway, because I think you deserve to know this. You are just like the first person that came on the earth. You are just like the first person that came on the earth. And the voice that you hear is the one that has authority over you. And that voice, you can't see where it's coming from. You can't hear where it's coming from. Any of your senses that you have, but it's there. And it's there to lead you, to guide you. It is the light of the world. And it's beaming through you. You, every last one of you. That's what's happening. And the whole world was given to you. 8 billion of it. You. And what has got to happen is for you to exercise the free will of being led by truth or being led by something that's not true. To be led by truth. Peace, prosperity, freedom, joy, your fulfillment of your dreams, all of that kind of stuff. As far as your imagination will take you. In truth. And it really happens. Not when you die. It happens now. As it will happen. If there is a after. But right now you can be sure. But you have to walk to that voice. And that voice is leading each of you. And that voice is not against itself. That voice pulls you all together like glue. Magnets coming together for the end. Just make that light brighter. But what is it? What is it? It's by you being an expression. Now, I'll say that so you'll understand that you have been brought into this situation all of your life. And yes, you have been empowered with this system. And as you withdraw, as you start saying no to evil and expecting it to flee, there are others still building it up. And they will, not knowing the truth, they will do anything. They feel threatened because they live off money. And if that doesn't work, they're willing to cock it and load it. It's gun. Now, that's a way. The other way is faith. Faith, listening to that one voice, not to a Republican or a Democrat or white or black or man or woman, but looking for truth. You shall know the truth. You hear the truth, you know it. And once you know the truth, all other stuff just, you see? So what I'm saying to you is this. If you know God, the world will know God as well through you. If you know God, is to be God. And what does that mean on a human sense? It means to be love. You know how much you love yourself and one for yourself. Desire that for every individual on the face of the earth. See them as your brothers and your sisters, and you all are one under the Son of God. Know that. You have nothing to fear. You are an asset to your family. And they love you for it. Can't go without you. Need you. They need every bit of you. Because it is that which makes that seasoning just perfect for life. So you have to come back to God, accepting the fact that all your life you've been seeing the liars. I mean, they are actually liars. Now, I don't know if all of them come into the situation really being liars, but they can't deliver. They can't deliver because the system is not designed to deliver. Let me say it again. The system is not designed to deliver. And if the system was coming to a point in time where it is designed to deliver, then something would happen so radical to protect it that it would just absolutely blow your mind at what actually took place and what degree one would go to, even on the side of darkness. And so the question becomes, if it'll go that far, what is your role? I'll tell you what your role is. Your role is to be the light. I tell you what, When the light shines, it does not go out until somebody turn it out. When the light shines, it does not go out until somebody turn it out. It can be in your living room, in your kitchen, in your den. That light shining bright until somebody turn it out. You go over there and tip that switch, or whether the electric company downtown cut off the electric switch. The light is the light. And so if you are the light, then there's one that wants to flip that switch. And what would the power that no one can see, that is responsible for you being here, what will that power do? Well, that power will do what that power wants to do. First of all, it is the natural order. It is in natural order for you to stand in any situation. You heard the story, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. This is talking to you, those of you who know God. These are the things that you are saying. You've heard this, not just in that story, but you've heard that in your own life. And your living is to express that to others. Because darkness gonna come. Darkness gonna come. And the only way to stop you from being like the light, they're going to have to flip the switch. And that might mean taking your life. And you say, but God won't let me take my life. Hey, baby, you can't live in darkness. You cannot live in darkness. And the truth going to stand until some flip the switch. The truth is going to stand until some flips the switch. So does that mean that if you want to keep on living in the body form, not doing the kind of good that brings life, you have to become an anti-God life, an anti-heaven person? That's what you are. That might be many reasons why you're there, and they are legitimate reasons, no doubt. But the results are what they are. And so when somebody comes to cut out the light by flipping a switch or doing whatever they do to flip that switch, then that light is going to stay right there until that switch is flipped. Now someone say, well, what's going to happen there? Well, to be honest and tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to me, I don't know what's going to happen. I've heard a lot of stories, but I ain't going to tell you none, because I ain't been there. And I really don't have anything that I want to share with you at this time. I might have something for myself. But when the time is right, and I'll know when the time is right because I'll be saying it and can't stop myself. But right now, you have to stand. That's how truth is identified. That's how you truly become a light. Because when you stand in the light that you have brought to those who could not see, it ain't going nowhere. And though you, as a physical form, might not exist no more, that spirit of message is spread to all of those who were inspired. And now there's a seed that's planted, that what the truth is, they got a touch of it. And that seed just might grow depending upon where their lives lead them. And it might not take too long. Ladies and gentlemen, I really didn't mean to talk to you this long. I wanted to just say some simple stuff. But I just keep thinking about how, and I'm going to say this again, I just keep thinking about how we live in this darkness. We look and see when President Kennedy, for those of you I know weren't living, but perhaps have heard, a wonderful man. He was loved equal, if not more, but at least as equal as Barack Obama. The world trusted him. The world truly trusted him. And he was a kind of loving kind of guy. I don't know if he had it all the time. Probably did, but didn't know it. But something was forcing him to be a human, to be an expression of love, and it got him killed. It got him killed. And his brother. Somebody said, we don't want to take a chance on the second one. So they killed him too. And then these other two brothers, man, they took out Dr. King. Dr. King was talking about love, God, love, justice. And he put in the stuff about the law too, you know. The physical law, the law of the state. And they took him out. And then Brother Malcolm, man, oh man, oh man. That brother was something else. And they took him out. And then the Medgar Evers and the people down in Philadelphia, Mississippi, you just say, wow. People That's not new. That's where it's always been, and that's the way it's always going to be. And when you start talking about people who don't want to die, who will give, look, let me just say this here. Back in the slavery days, when they were bringing slaves over to America, you know who the bold, the mighty, the most blessed possible slaves were? They were the ones who jumped overboard. Or when they got in, they did everything to resist and got them killed. But they were not going to conform. And they might have hated what they had to go through, but there was something inside of them that made them bold enough to go forward anyway. And yes, that's going to be required. It is required of everybody. And that's just not we as individuals. That's we as nationalities as well. We're going to have to treat nationalities. We have to treat one another, nationalities, the same as we would our brothers and sisters living in the same household. Their goals are our goals. Our goals are their goals. Peace, life, survival, dreams being fulfilled. And all of us got parts and got something that the other desires in order to make that dream and make that picture, make that canvas as fantastic as you can make it to be. And we're all working together to do that, to achieve that. Not some trying to be bigger and better than the other. Because when you do that, the painting ain't going to even look right. You wear too much paint over here, too much paint over there, not enough paint over here. What kind of painting is that? What kind of artist is that? They're definitely not the artist of the creator of the world. Because I'm telling you, it's doing exactly what it was designed to do. And it's us who got choice that's messing this up. So our choice, if we want to fix it up, is to come back to the truth. And that truth is a simple thing. Do unto others. I don't have to say it no more. I'm going to leave it right there, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank you so very much for sitting and listening to me ramble about life, knowing that I'm just going that way because I'm being led to go that way. And I know it's for a purpose. For those of you who can concentrate a little bit here and a little bit there, those who missed it before can now get it right here. And I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And next time it'll be about something else that is just as interesting, and that'll probably be sometime today. Till next time, bye-bye.